Hi everyone, I'm Zach from Porsche Center Calgary, and today I am here with a 2023 Cayenne Platinum Edition. This vehicle comes with a Moonlight blue exterior and a full leather slate gray interior. To touch on one thing right away, what the Platinum Edition is getting you is a bunch more standard options on top of what the Cayenne would additionally get you. Of course, Porsche being Porsche with all these customizations, you could option up any kind to have the same amount of options that your Cayenne Platinum would get you. But especially if you have a focus on kind of the nice interior luxury options, this car does provide really good value. So just to go through some of those standard features that you get with the Platinum Edition, starting with the exterior, you're going to have platinum satin badging on the car. You get 21-inch wheels as standard on them. Different than the ones that you have on this car. This one was an upgrade on top of those, but you do get the 21-inch wheels with the painted kind of fender flares there as standard. And then going to the interior of the car, you're going to have upgraded Bose sound system as standard, panoramic roof. You're going to have chalk seat belts, Porsche crest on the headrests. So you do get quite a lot as standard with that Platinum Edition package right there. Continuing on from that, as far as performance specs on this vehicle go, this vehicle has a 3-liter single turbocharged V6 that puts out 335 horsepower. Cayenne has a Tiptronic S transmission. How that differs from the PDK that you see in our sports cars and in the Macan, for example. It is made to tow more, so this car would tow 7,400 pounds. And because it's meant to tow more, it needs to be a little bit more robust. So it is still a very engaging and great transmission. It's not going to just be quite as intuitive and quick as what the PDK would offer, but still makes for a phenomenally performing vehicle for sure. On top of that, for performance options, you have rear axle steering in the car, one of my personal favorite performance options. And if you're not familiar with it, what the rear axle steering does is at low speeds below 80 kilometers an hour, your wheels are pointing in opposite directions, so they'll go like that. That's very much like shortening your wheelbase to make the car a little bit more nimble. What a lot of people don't think about is that that's very applicable in day-to-day scenarios. You're in a parking lot, your car is going to have a noticeably tighter turning radius. It's easier to get in and out of spots. And then from the performance aspects, if you are driving quite aggressively on twisty, windy road, like I said, it does make the car more nimble there. Then at high speeds above 80 kilometers an hour, your car becomes more stable. Reason being, when you're, let's say, changing lanes or going around a corner, your wheels point in the same direction. And like I said, it's the same thing as lengthening that wheelbase on the car. So some really cool technology there. I'm a huge fan of that. The car does have air suspension in it. So for one, it gives you a slightly more comfortable ride feel. You have the ability to adjust the ride height on the car. And with the air suspension, you get PASM, which is our active sport suspension. So you have the physical ability to actually stiffen up the chassis on the car for if you are cornering really hard. There's not going to be quite as much body roll in it. So like you can have a whole lot of fun in this vehicle. Talking about exterior options, it was kind of contributing to the look of the vehicle. So as I already mentioned, this is the Moonlight blue metallic, so very nice dark blue. Tone really changes depending on the sunlight, so it looks fantastic. As far as wheels goes, these are our 21-inch Cayenne exclusive design wheels. Like I said, you get the painted fender flares around here when you go up to the 21 inches and as standard on the car, as I mentioned before. And then with that, we have all-season tires on the car. And as you can see on the hubcaps, you're going to have the colored hubcaps as well with the Porsche crest on there. Continuing around that, you have a lot of high gloss black accents on this car. So if you take a look at your roof rails, window trim, mirrors, those are all done up in high gloss black. I did tell you about the platinum satin kind of badging that you get with the Platinum Editions. That's what your badging is going to go be on the rear of the vehicle here, which looks quite good. It's unique to the vehicle and it's dark enough that it matches the rest of your trim pieces here. Your sport tailpipes are going to be done up in black on this car as well. That one slipped my mind. That actually is part of the Platinum Edition as well. It's not the full sport exhaust system, but you do have the much more aggressive looking tailpipes on the vehicle. And then if you go to the front of the vehicle, and this is also going to be kind of falling under the assistance systems and other technology, but your lights are going to be done up with the black metal, so the tinted headlights. And for the headlights themselves, they're the PDLS plus ones. So on top of the cornering functions, the speed dependent lights, these are the ones that will give you the automatic dimming feature for your high beams as well. Whenever traction is coming towards you, it'll blink them on and off again for you. Besides that, for assistance systems, car does have surround view, so it will give you the aerial view of the around the car whenever you're backing up, or if you're getting close to, let's say, another car or parking spot when you're pulling forward into it. You're going to have blind spot warning for the car, lane departure warning. As standard, you have active safe in all Cayennes, so that's the automatic braking for emergency purposes. So really, motorbikes, other vehicles, if it has to stop suddenly or your vehicle thinks it's going to collide with it, it will jam on the emergency brakes as a kind of a last resort sort of thing. So very nice to have that. A couple things I'll point out on the back that I forgot. Car does have a trailer hitch. Like I mentioned, you can tow store to 7,400 pounds with this. So if you do need to throw anything, or even just throwing a bike rack on, which is quite nice, you do have the capability with this vehicle. As far as other options go, you have your Premium Plus package in this car. What that's giving you is the 14-way seats. Those are going to include, well, for one, lumbar support, thigh adjustments, all the memory functions with those, heated, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. The heated steering wheel is standard in all Cayennes in Canada because we're a cold weather climate. And then on top of that, it's going to be stuff like your, well, typically your Bose panoramic roof. That's already included in here. So the Premium Plus package in your Platinum editions isn't quite as expensive as that would be in the standard Cayenne. So you do get a lot out of that. Blind spot warning, which I've already mentioned, to be included in that as well. So anything typically with that Premium Plus package is a well-optioned vehicle. Continuing on into the interior of the vehicle, so like I said, full leather interior in the slate gray. As far as trim and such goes, you're going to have high gloss black trim, so those are going to be the trim pieces along the front of the dash, doors, rear doors too, of course. You're going to have embossed Porsche crest on all 4 headrests in this car, part of what you get with your Platinum edition. And then chalk seat belts, which contrast really nicely with the vehicle, so that looks quite good. So all in all, this is a fantastically optioned vehicle. You got a whole lot of luxury options. Car's an absolute blast to drive. Like I said, it's got that rear axle steer, which I'm a big fan of. Your air suspension, PASM in it. Represents a fantastic opportunity to get into a fun vehicle right away. And a unique color scheme. It's nothing too far out there, dark blue and then the slate gray interior, but it does offer something a little bit different than a lot of the other cars you see out there on the road, especially with the interior. If you do have any questions on this vehicle, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Feel free to either drop a comment on this page or contact one of our sales staff. We're always happy to help, and you're always welcome to pop in and see the vehicle in person. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have a fantastic day.